In Star Wars Return of the Jedi, Luke tells the Force Ghost of Obi-Wan Kenobi that he does not know if he can continue without the guidance of Yoda. Obi-Wan tells Luke that he was the only hope, and now the Emperor would be unchallenged. But Luke tells Obi-Wan that Yoda spoke of another. Of course we now know that Yoda was referring to Leia, given he referred to the person as another Skywalker. But what if that person had been Ahsoka Tano? How would this change Star Wars history? As you're about to see, a lot changes. We're going to start in Yoda's hut, where Yoda, in his final moments, tells Luke that there is another hope, rather than there being another Skywalker. As Luke heads outside, he tells R2-D2 that he does not have the strength to continue, and just like in canon, the Force Ghost of Obi-Wan appears. But rather than tell Luke about Leia, he tells him that the hope is in fact his father's old Padawan named Ahsoka Tano. Luke had not heard much about her, other than overhearing conversations between Mon Mothma and Leia, using the code name Fulcrum. Obi-Wan confirms that she is very much still alive, but her location is unknown, causing Luke to frown in disappointment. However, Obi-Wan tells Luke to go back to the Rebel Alliance, where an elderly gentleman named Rex may be able to assist them. Luke heads to Sullust, still doubting Obi-Wan's information. He had planned for himself to be captured by Vader, but if Luke were to seek out Rex, and subsequently Ahsoka, the delay would allow the Empire to summon reinforcements on Endor. He had to think of something else, and fast. Touching down, he sprints over to the main meeting area, and interrupting the meeting, asks for the location of Rex. Han Solo speaks up, and informs Luke there is a man in the strike team that would match his description, one who had been a great commander during the Clone Wars. Han leads Luke to a back room, where they see Rex, talking to a group of scouts and officers. Han introduces Rex to Commander Skywalker, the last name causing Rex to freeze. Skywalker was not a name he had heard since the Clone Wars. Beckoning Luke to a quieter corner of the room, Rex asks Luke why he requested him. Luke tells Rex he had been sent by the ghost of Obi-Wan Kenobi in order to find Ahsoka Tano. Rex strokes his white beard in thought. Then, he guides Luke to his quarters, as Luke wonders what Rex is about to do. Finally reaching his room, Rex pulls out a small box of things, and rummaging inside, pulls out a holocom. "Commander Tano?" asked Rex. After a moment, Ahsoka's figure popped up, and turned around to face her friend, and Luke. As eyes rested on Luke, her eyes widened, as he bore a strong resemblance to Anakin, but her mood darkened, knowing what he was here for. "No," came the curt reply, as she looked at Luke. Luke pleaded with her, telling her there was still good in him. He had seen it on Bespin, and felt it through the Force. Still, Ahsoka was unmoved. As a last resort, out of his pocket, Luke pulled out a string of silka beads, causing Ahsoka to gasp. Where had Luke found these? Ahsoka asked herself. This was unmistakably her Padawan braid. Luke sensed Ahsoka's mood change, and convinced Ahsoka to fly to Sullust, in return for helping her as she searched for the lost Jedi Ezra Bridger. Ahsoka uses her T6 shuttle to arrive on Sullust with time to spare, as she greets familiar members of the Rebel Alliance, such as Admiral Akbar and Chewbacca. Her eyes finally meet Luke for the first time, and she could see the same determination in his eyes as Anakin had during a battle. If this was to be her last battle, she would make sure it would be worthy of Anakin's teachings. Landing on Endor to begin the first part of the mission, Ahsoka is a large help in recruiting the Ewoks and getting rid of Imperial officers, using all of her battle experience to put the rebels in an advantageous position, as she heads to the Death Star with Luke. They decide to head directly to the Death Star, rather than allow themselves to be captured, as they are unsure of Vader's reaction to seeing Ahsoka for the first time since their duel on Malachor. Allowing themselves to be pulled in by the tractor beam, they find their way to a docking bay. From now, Luke's greatest test began. That is it for part 1 of What If Ahsoka Was the Other Hope. For this What If, I'd like you to choose the ending, so leave what kind of ending you like below, and as usual, please like this video and subscribe for more tips, And as always, leave a comment on what if you'd like to see next. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.